Hello, it's Coach Jeremy here and with the Explode program. And in the last video, we talked about how to build your YouTube channel. In this module, I'm going to walk you through step by step how to build a brand awareness ad for your business. Would you like to reach thousands of people for pennies on the dollar? I'm going to walk you through and show you how it's worked for me. Now, I can't guarantee the results for you, yet I know that I've used this time and time again, and each time that I do, I reach thousands for pennies on the dollar. It's one of the cheapest advertisements that you can do, and one of the most powerful because it's on video. So let's jump into this module, and I'll walk you through those steps so you too can run that brand awareness ad.
It's Jeremy here with Red Hawk Coaching, and now that you've created all this great content and loaded up to your YouTube channel, you're going to want to get that content out in front of people. So I'm going to show you how to do that today through one of the least expensive ways you can market, and that's a brand awareness ad. So let's get started with that. So this is my YouTube channel. I'm going to flip over here to my ads channel. First thing you're going to want to do is set up your ads account. Go to ads.google.com. There you can set up your account. The first time that you go in and log into this, my recommendation is you're going to have an opportunity to set it up in expert mode, and don't be overwhelmed or confused by that. Go ahead and go with that option. It's going to give you the ability to do more things down the road. So up here at the top, you'll see settings. You'll obviously make sure you go in, set up your billing, make sure that the right card is on file, and then also making sure that you've linked your accounts. And so the account that you definitely want to make sure you've linked here is your YouTube account. Any others that I would highly suggest doing your Google Analytics account and linking the two so you can track your activity there. But definitely for sure want to make sure you have it linked up to your YouTube account. All right, so going back, once you have those basic things set up, the next thing you're going to do is click on the big blue button that says New Campaign. There's several different options here: sales, leads, website traffic, brand and product and brand consideration, reach with brand awareness, app promotion, and they can give you create a campaign with a goal guidance. So if you want to set up a specific goal that you want to reach, you can set up a campaign like that. So the first thing I'd recommend doing is doing a brand awareness and reach ad. It's the least expensive. I would say on average anywhere from a penny to 3 pennies per view. And the great thing with brand awareness and reach is you're only going to get charged per view if they watch a minimum of 30 seconds. We're going to do what are called in-stream ads. They have to watch 30 seconds of that ad in order to be charged. And so you'll see that as we go through this, your impressions could be really high, and your brand awareness and reach is going to be a little bit lower than that because not everybody is going to watch the entire ad. You'll be surprised though, with a budget of $10 to $20 on one video, you could have 4 to 5 to 10,000 clicks. So again, it's the least expensive, and it's also a good place to start within YouTube and Google Ads, because what will happen is they'll start collecting information on the type of people that are interacting with your ad, which gives them more data to go out and make sure that the video is being placed in front of the right individuals. So you're going to click on this one right here called Brand Awareness and Reach. We're going to do this just as a pure video ad. So we're going to click on that. And what's really cool about this is it's just going to walk you through the things that it's going to ask you what you want to do with these videos. So for this case study, we're going to do skippable in-stream ads. So they have the ability to skip it. And these are those ads that'll show up like 20, 30 seconds or a minute into the video. But you have to watch them before you can finish it. So again, you'd be surprised at how many people will watch the entire ad. So skippable in-stream ad, we're going to click on continue. All right, so we're going to give it a name. Just for this case, we're going to say Explode Test Case. And our bidding strategy is target CPM. That is the only option. You cannot change it with this ad, and it goes into the definition of what CPM is. All right, it's going to ask you to enter a budget type and amount. So campaign or daily. I'm going to recommend doing a daily budget because you can always turn the ad on and off from the Google's ad campaign screen. So I'm going to say a daily average of, we'll say $5. I'm not going to put an end date because, again, it's really easy to go in and turn on and off the ad. All right, what networks do I want it to go to? I want it to show up in YouTube videos. That's the one I have selected. I don't really want it in YouTube search results, and I really don't necessarily want it to be on video partners. I just want it to show up in YouTube videos. Languages, if you don't put a language, it's going to show in parts of the world that may not understand your video. So I'm going to click on English. The locations, where do you want it? You can also add a different location. So if I want to make it hyper local to Texas, I can do that. If I start typing in Texas, United States, I'm going to target that. And I can get it even down to zip code. If I want, maybe it's a house listing and I want it to show up in a specific zip code. Like I know people that live in 77339. If they're going to do a move up, they're more than likely going to go to either 345 or 346. So I'd mark it, if I had a listing in 345, 346, I might target that 77339 market. All right. So again, you can get this as big or as little as you want. You can see on the side how many impressions that's going to give you running that ad. So maybe it's a little too big. So I'm going to narrow it down to Houston. And it still gives me a pretty big area. Let's see if I drop out the United States, what will happen in Texas? Let's just go with Houston. Okay, so 450 million, so a little bit smaller. What type of inventory? I want it to be standard inventory, which is the default. Okay, I don't want it to be necessarily with embedded videos, YouTube videos. I don't want it to be on live streaming videos. Games is not even an option in this case. What digital content labels to exclude? You can exclude them. Obviously, the more you exclude, the smaller your audience will get. So I'm just going to leave that open for the time being. Additional settings with conversions. You can set up this. Not necessary. What devices are eligible? I want it to be on all devices, whether they're watching on mobile or a TV screen or their computer. Frequency capping, limit how many times that the ad in this campaign can show to the same user. So I'm going to do a cap view. So I don't want the same user watching the video multiple times. I'm a little more concerned with that than impression, because remember, we're paying for the people that view the video, not necessarily for the impression. So if I click on that, I'm going to say I would like them to watch the video no more than 2 times, maybe per week. All right. Ad schedule, I'm going to keep it all day. People watch videos all the time. Now you can create an ad group name if you want to come back and use that later. Again, I'm going to just use Explode test case for this example. Demographics, you can go in and target a specific demographic. My video is about coaching. I could go in and narrow this down. I don't think an 18 to necessarily 24 will be my target market, and maybe these won't be. All right, so there's these unknown boxes, and it doesn't mean that they don't know their age. It just may be that they're not making their age public or known. Same thing with parental status, same thing with gender, is that they just may not have it displayed or publicly available on Google. Google knows, but maybe the general public doesn't. Household income, you can make adjustments on this as well. All right. I typically keep the unknown checked. And if you look onto the side, as I've made these changes, you can see that my impressions have now dropped to 33 million. So remember, we started like at 500 million. So it's dropped significantly. Audiences, I could target in more you could target people that are moving soon, moving and relocation, real estate. So there's some really powerful searches that you can set up in here that's going to target people that Google thinks are in that market. You could add keywords, you could choose your own, or you can find like maybe a related website, maybe that's high traffic. You can put their website link in here and it'll give suggested keywords. So if you want to kind of narrow it down even more, you could obviously do that here. Any placement, you can select your placement targeting, where do you want this to go? I'm just going to have it none selected. I'm going to let them decide where to place it. And then down here is bidding. So again, the CPM is cost per 1,000 impressions, and it's going to be based on whether or not they're viewing your video. So I might start out here at point, just try it out and see what happens. So if I put that, it says my campaign is too low, so it says increase your bid. So I can play with these numbers. And again, this is per 1,000 impressions. So for 25 cents, still a little bit too low. Let's go up to $2, see what happens. $2 is a little bit too low. $3, still too low. All right, so $5, I'm starting to get into that range, but remember I set a budget of $5 a day. So let's go up here and raise this to $10 a day. All right. And the key is to keep an eye on the numbers over here, and then you can go make adjustments to the different things you've got set up in the settings for your ad, and get it to a place that you really like. So gonna keep going down here, $5 for my CPM, and then I'm gonna add my video. So the video I'm gonna use is one I recently did with a coaching client, and I'm just gonna grab the link from that video. I'm gonna post that video in here. And on the right-hand side, you'll see what the ad display will look like. Based on the estimated performance of this, I can get anywhere from 8,000 to 15. This is daily, 8.1 to 15,000 at an average CPM of $3.90 to $5. So see that 390 bit there? I'm going to go back up here and drop this target back to 390. Let's see how that changes my numbers. Okay, so it changes them a little bit, but it allows me to expand my budget too, or expand what I'm getting for my budget of $10 a day. So at $10 a day, 10K to 18K. So let's go back up here. Let's drop that daily budget from 10 back to 5. Let's see how that impacts our numbers. All right, so 5 to 8.7 at 3 to 390 per day. It's going to spend anywhere from 95% to 100% of my budget. So I'm good with those numbers. It's a pretty big, there's several impressions right there. All right. So when I get down to the bottom, it's going to give me some things that I can format over here. And I want them, if there's going to be a button that pops up on the ad, I want them to go to my website. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to put my website in. This may be a listing that you have, a link directly to a listing that you have on your website. So you can drive them there to get more information, maybe also capture them. An advanced opportunity would be if you have your Facebook pixel attached to your website, you could track the people that are coming in and then run Facebook ads back to them. So you can use YouTube to drive traffic to your web page, which captures their information through a pixel. And now you can retarget your Facebook ads to those that are visiting your website. All right, so how do you want it to display? Have a display like that. Now, let's say it was a listing, an MLS listing, it had a bunch of numbers and stuff beyond your link, your domain. You may have that link up here, but for it to look prettier on the ad, you can take all the stuff up here. This is just the display. All right. You can have a call to action. It only gives you 10 characters, so I'm just going to put learn more. That takes me right up to 10 characters. And then I'm going to say get coaching. Let's see, hire a coach. All right, so you can see right here what the ad's starting to look like. So here, that's that display URL right here. Here is the headline. And then here's the call to action button that when they click on that, it takes them to my website. There's all sorts of advanced options. We're not going to go into that today. I just want you to be able to get out in front of people for the least amount of money as quickly as possible. And so we're just going to have it auto-generate using the channel banner, which is recommended. You can do customized images, a companion banner is what they call it, that pops up on your video. You can do that. I'm just going to auto-generate it and it's a lot faster using my channel banner. So, and then you can give it a name. So I'm going to just call it Explode Test 1. All right. So again, if I look over on the side, the available impressions is 33 million. That's going to give me daily 5,000 to 8,000 impressions at a cost per thousand, right? CPM of $3 to $3.90. It's going to end up spending an average of 95% to 100% of my budget every single day. All right. And then we're going to create campaign. Simple as that. Congratulations, you're ready to go. You're going to continue to the campaign, and now you can see it. It usually takes a little bit of time because they do have to approve the ad. Secondly, the thing you want to do over here is there's these columns. So you can see all the columns here, the data that they give you. One of the pre-settings that I'd recommend is if you go to audience, or modify columns. If you go to, let's see, conversions, I believe. Nope. One second. Our performance. Here we go. So if you click on the performance tab, the ones that I'd recommend adding is the video played 25, 50%, 75%, 100%. And so you can see how long they're watching the video, and then just make sure you hit the apply button at the bottom. And you can see video played right here, 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. So let me go back. This is going to take a while to populate, and once it goes, you'll get a notification that it is live and running. But let me show you here a past campaign. So this was a free 30-minute strategy call that I had run at $10 a day. You can see the impressions were 7,300, 4,500 actual views, and when it's viewed, it's 30-second views. And you can see the interaction rate. So between the number of impressions and views was 62%, which is really, really high. What was the average cost per view? 1 penny. So I spent $55.97 to get in front of 4,500 people that watched a minimum of 30 seconds of my video. Okay, now if I keep going across, this is what's really interesting. So 61% watched 25%, 48% had watched 50%, 75% 42%, and then 100%, 37% watched 100% of my video at a penny a view. So again, these are really powerful opportunities for you to get in front of people, to share your message about being in the real estate business, about sharing your listings. Maybe you have pictures and you're doing a talk over of what the property is and how they can connect with you. Maybe you do like a 30-second to 1 minute infomercial talking about how people in Kingwood, Texas can sell a home with you and why they should sell a home with you. And so it's a really powerful way, very inexpensive way to get in front of the people that may be buying, selling, or investing in real estate. So I hope this helps you. And I encourage you to go and load a video and just walk through this exercise. Use any video just to practice, and then begin to play and tinker with some of the other settings that are in there, because you can do some really, really powerful stuff using YouTube and the content that you create on YouTube, and then pushing that YouTube video out through Google Ads. So again, you've got to have a YouTube channel and you have to have a Google Ads account. And the ads account is at ads.google.com. So the order that I do it is build out your YouTube channel, get that completely set up, go over to Google Ads, set up your account, set it up with expert level, go in and link your account. Make sure you link it at a minimum to your YouTube channel. Also I would link it to your Google Analytics account, so you can actually track how people interact with that video. Google Ads has pretty powerful analytics just in itself. It may be more than enough to give you the information you need to decide whether or not it's working. And again, go and test this. Different videos will perform differently depending on the content that you're putting out there. So don't get discouraged if you do one video and it gets little traffic, and then you go and do one video and it gets an immense amount of traffic. So the best way to do it is just go out and test and test and test, and make sure that you have a budget set up, and don't go over that budget, but stay within that budget. And then over time, as your traffic grows, you might expand into some of those other YouTube ad types. This again is a brand awareness. This is for promotion and reach. This will be a great test to be able to also give YouTube the information they need to make sure that as you're developing and as you're utilizing your Google Ads account, that it's getting those videos out to the right people. So I trust this helps you. I'm excited about seeing your YouTube videos. After you run an ad, go drop that YouTube video that you ran as an ad inside of our closed Facebook group. I'd love to see the content that you're creating. Have a great day and be productive in all that you do.